and then we will get started, okay? Turn my phone off. So this is week 2 of Coach Basics, and let me tell you first, I am Rachel Mitchell, and I am helping Melanie and Carrie run this training. I am, just a little about me, I'm a 3-star diamond premier coach. I have been a coach for 3 years now, and so I love it. I love it. I love coaching. I love training coaches. And I'm really thankful to be here with you guys today. I'm going to mute everybody, but I want you to know that you can unmute yourself at any time if you have questions about what I'm talking about. And of course, I'm sure you guys know how to use that chat bar down at the bottom. So just use the chat bar or unmute yourself if you have questions. But let me just say, first of all, kudos to you for showing up, because I see so many coaches start and go through Coach Basics, Coach University, and they never get on the calls, and they always wonder why they're not having traction, or they're confused or behind. And I just have to say, I never missed a Coach University call. These things were so important to me. So even when you're not feeling motivated, even when you're feeling down, or if you're confused or whatever, make sure you get on these calls, because they always helped me so much. So I'm going to talk to you guys just a little bit today about posting and photos and then inviting. And so whatever you have questions about, let me know, and then I'm going to open it up at the end to just to answer some questions and help you guys with conversations if you need them. All right. So posting. This was something that I was just telling somebody, I was talking to one of my potential new coaches about posting, and how it was probably something that almost made me quit coaching in the beginning, because I never took pictures of myself. I never posted on social media unless it was just to share a picture of my kids with people who lived out of town. And so, even when Melanie started saying, you've got to post, you've got to do your coach announcement, I just wanted to cry. And so that was something that I really struggled with as a new coach, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys do too, although in our new selfie generation, a lot of coaches don't mind that as much. But posting is important because why? Without social media, we don't have a business. We don't advertise on billboards. We don't send out flyers. We don't send out mailers. Then that's an awesome thing. We have free advertising to start our business and to run our business. And so without posting, we don't have a business. All right. And so it's really important. When I became a coach, we were taught to post 3 to 5 times a day, because it's important to be on social media, to be present at different times of the day, because if I post my workout selfie at 5:30 in the morning, and then there are going to be a lot of people who are not online at that time. So it's important that I post at different times of the day. But I no longer, sometimes I do if I'm just have a wordy day or I have a lot to say, I don't really post 5 times a day anymore. My goal now is to get good, solid content in at least twice a day. Sometimes I might post 3. So if you go to my Instagram feed, you're going to, like I said, some days I post 4 times a day, but most days it's 2 to 3 times a day. And I spread those out. Always never miss my workout selfie in the morning. Those workout selfies are an opportunity for me to show my personality, to share things that I struggle with, to talk about how I make time for my workouts, to show people in a non-salesy way that I work out from home, that I'm push and play on my computer or my iPad or whatever it might be. Those are an opportunity for me to get a plug-in to talk about my challenge groups, to talk about, maybe share a quote from a challenger from that week. But I use those workout selfies, one, as being proof that I'm doing what I'm inviting people to do with me, and also as a way to show people my personality and who I am. And as you get farther and farther into this, branding is going to become a big theme. And, just figuring out, who are you talking to? Who is your audience? Talk to the people that you were, talk to the person that you were when you started. And so that's what those workout selfies are for. And that's every morning. I do work out early in the morning. If you don't, that's okay. But the workout selfie is a must. And so my other 2 posts are typically always, my goal is to add value. So if I'm not adding value as a coach, then people aren't going to come back to follow me. And of course, my workout selfies are adding value if I share a tip, if I share some inspiration. if I can even share, like, get your water in, that kind of tip today or something, or never miss a Saturday, or never miss a Monday, or whatever it is. I can't think. Sorry. Never miss a Monday post, encouragement in that way. But I want to add deeper value. And when I say value, I mean things like, this is how, I lay out my workout clothes before I go to bed at night. So I can make sure that I get up in the morning, or I sleep in my workout clothes, or I get out my cup and my Energize before I go to bed so I can just grab it and help me wake up. Or, my kids won't eat butternut squash, so I blend it up and I put it in our chili and they don't even know. Share a recipe or something like that throughout the day. That's value to me. Like, that is stuff that I would come back to my page or to somebody else's page to see. And so my market, my niche is moms with kids. I don't have small kids. I have like 8. My kids are almost 7 and 8. Okay. And so, like, that is my market. So I'm talking to moms, to busy women. I work full time. I talk to moms and I share tips about how I make my workout a priority, even though I have to leave early in the morning and I work all day and I come home and we have jujitsu or baseball or whatever. Like, how do I make it work for me? That's value. I share tips. I share recipes. I share my meal plan sometimes. Some weeks I will share my meal plan. Those are all ways that I add value in my posts. Okay. I like to, now this may intimidate you, it still intimidates me, but going live. Part of posting, going live is very important for us all. Now, when I was a new coach, we didn't have live, thank God. I probably wouldn't have done it. But we do now. And so, like, it's awkward and it feels messy and it's strange. But going live is very important for, like, social media. You don't have to do it every day. But if you want to start doing it, I would try like once a week. And you could do like a cooking video with your kid, or you could do a live video and just say, hey, I'm going to show you some of my moves this week. And it's going to feel strange and just silly the first couple of times you do it, but people get to see your personality. They get to hear your voice. They get to see what you're about. And it's just a really good way to get people to come back to your page and watch what you're doing. All right. So my morning workout selfie, I usually try to post some type of value in some way. And then I don't post a challenge group ad every single day or a coaching ad, but I'm sharing testimonies, whether it's mine or whether it's my challengers or something else, just so people can have, hey, Lindsay, social media is like my glimpse into what a challenge group would be like. All right. And so those are a lot of my posts, but you also have to keep it, you need to have some posts in there that are just non-fitness related, non-Beachbody related, posts that are just about you. Let people see what your family does for fun, or, like if your kids play baseball, or if you like to go shopping or something like that, you do need to sprinkle in some non-coaching posts. And while I say that, let me make sure you guys understand. You should definitely not be using the word Beachbody or Shakeology very much, or, let's see, you shouldn't be posting links at all. Like the main goal with our posts is to give people like a little snippet of what you're doing, is to kind of catch their eye, create curiosity, and to get people wondering about what program is she doing? What is that shake that she's always drinking? Or, what does she mean by accountability groups? Because the curiosity marketing is what's going to keep people coming back. It's what's going to make people ask questions. And there are so many people out there marketing something and just saying brands and posting links and using stock photos, that people are so tired of that. And our job as coaches is to tell our story, to add value, to encourage and to inspire enough so that whenever we invite someone to a challenge group, then they know enough that they want to ask more. They want to know more. They see you working out every day. They see you having a transformation. They see you meal planning and doing things that they don't think they're capable of. And you're leading by example, and you're giving enough information that they are curious and they want to join you, or at least want to know more. Does that make sense? So that's how I post. Again, I try not to just blow up social media. I try not to just post to post anymore. I totally used to do that. I really try to make sure that my post has a message, whether it's funny or whether it's inspiring or whether it's educational. Those are some things. Those are three things that you definitely need to do whenever you are posting. You need to educate, you need to inspire, and you need to, what was the last one? I can't remember what the other one was, but education and inspiration are two main ones. Those are big things that people will come back to your page for. All right. And so you can do that in so many ways, and be yourself. I mean, like, I remember as a new coach, like, I copied so many other coaches. And if you find yourself doing that, then stop following coaches. Stop going to look at Melanie's page or to my page or somebody else's before you post. Give it a week where you just post what you want to post or what you feel inspired to post. I know that as a new coach, like, I didn't have a lot of words. I didn't have a lot that I personally, Rachel, wanted to say. But I was reading The Compound Effect every day, and I would read it before I would do my workout post. And I would usually pull some message, some quote from The Compound Effect and apply it to my fitness and to my workouts and to motivate other people. I would do the same thing with, like, the trainers. I was doing 21 Day Fix when I started, and Autumn had lots of one-liners, and so I would pull her a quote from what she said from the training and use it in my post to kind of help me come up with something that was inspirational. I'm also, like, faith motivates me in a big way. I'll share scripture. I'll share lots of things like that. And so that is where I got the content for my posts. So if you feel like you're struggling with even knowing what to say, don't worry. Like, you will struggle. I struggled a lot. There are some days where I'm like, what in the world do I want to say? How can I help somebody today? But I just go and I read personal development, read something, and I usually have a message that I can put out there. And so, another thing that's really good to do with your posts in order to create engagement, to get people liking, commenting, engagement on social media is really important, because whenever you post something that people like or comment on to Facebook, for instance, that's a signal that this girl has something that people want to see. So the more engagement you have on a post, the more they're going to put your posts into social media, into the news feed, okay? So sometimes I will just throw out totally random, like, I'm going on a date with my husband. I've got two outfits I can't decide between. Should I wear this one, or should I wear A, or should I wear B? People love to give you their opinion. So if you share something like that, or maybe you're having family photos made and you're like, I don't know which outfit I want my kid to wear. Should I do this one or this one? Or, like, I am trying to find a new perfume. I can't decide. I like the way this one smells, but I like this one too. Do you guys like one or the other? Do engagement type posts. Get people to comment and like, and just interact with your posts. And that's going to help you as far as traction and getting eyes on your posts. Okay. So that's really important too. And that's another thing, ask questions. Even if you're posting a workout selfie or you're posting a recipe, you can ask questions of the people that follow you. If you're like, oh, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I hate to be up early. Does anybody else feel that way too? You can just totally work it into your message, into your post. If you're making broccoli for supper and you're like, my kids hate broccoli, but I swear I'm determined to have them try it. What is the one food that your kid won't eat, and get people to relate to you and to start interacting and engaging with you on your posts. That's something that I did not know how to do as a new coach, but I want to teach you guys to do for sure. All right. And again, talk to your audience, talk to your audience. I'm a college history instructor. I am a woman of faith. I have 2 boys. Like, I'm not going to talk about, like, going to the beach for spring break and getting crazy. Like, that's not my audience, right? I'm going to talk to the people that would relate to me. And so, kind of understand, like, make a list. I like to tell my coaches, make a list of 5 things about you that just kind of, if somebody were to say, Melissa, who are you? And that what were 5 things that people would say? For me, it would be like, I work full time. I'm a Christian. I love clean eating. We love to be outdoors. We love to go camping, and I love to cook. I love to be at home and I love to cook. Okay. And so those are just 5 things real quickly that I know that I can post about. So talk to your audience, talk to people that would relate to who you are. And your feed, should your Facebook banner, your profile picture, has Melanie talked to you guys about that? Like if you go to your page and like you have a picture of kittens on your banner, or your profile picture is like a Charlie Brown or something, you know, like people aren't going to know who you are. So, you know, your pictures, your Facebook page, all that should reflect you. There should be pictures of you up there. And so if you go to, well, now my personal page it has a banner that says I've moved, but on my like page, there's a picture of my family. There's a picture of me. Your profile picture should be a very clear picture of your face. So that people, if they don't know you, or if you share something, or somebody shares your post about clean eating, then they go to your page, they can see who you are, and that's really important. You know, your pictures should be clear. They should be pictures that are not super grainy. So if you find that your pictures are really grainy or really dark, you can get some type of light, or just bring some lamps into your room. I know that I have this little circle light thing that I use sometimes. It's this thing, and it just lights up, and I put it on my phone to take pictures. But now I have like a big light in my workout room, but you don't need that. Like I didn't have that for forever. And so make sure that your pictures are clear, that people can see your face, or whatever it is that you're taking a picture of, and just share your pictures regularly. Do not use stock photos unless you're using like a funny meme from the internet or something like that. Use pictures that are yours. Even if it's a meal that you made, or, you know, even if it looks horrible, just show real life, and your pictures will get better. The ones you take will get better. You'll be more confident in them, but make sure that they are your pictures. Another thing that I do with my posts is, you guys, if you're inviting, then you're probably getting objections, right? Is anybody inviting and getting objections? Yeah. I like to use my post to handle my objections. So, you know, like it's October, it's the holidays. People are going to be saying, I don't have enough money, or I've got to buy Christmas presents, or, you know, we've got baseball and jujitsu that we just had to sign up for. And so I like to use my post to handle objections. And so if I post about Shakeology, which I don't typically anymore use the word Shakeology, but if I post about my superfood drink, or my salad, 7 salads in a shake, or my healthy chocolate milkshake, or whatever, I'm going to talk about the fact that I didn't buy it at first. Like Melanie told me I needed it for my challenge group, and I was like, I'm not buying that. I've already got something. I'm just going to use that. And she let me in. I don't do that much anymore. I do that sometimes, but she let me in her challenge group. And so like when I finally decided to try Shakeology, it was not until I had done tons of research, and I honestly just bought. If she hadn't told me that there was a money back guarantee, I would not have invested in it. All right. And so I tell people that. I talk about that in my posts. And if you've been going through this training, you should know about the feel, felt, found. Like when you have an objection from people, use the feel, felt, found method. Like if somebody says to me, I'm not paying that much for a shake, I will say, I totally understand how you feel, because I felt the same way. But what I found was that after I did my research, that it wasn't just a weight loss shake. It wasn't just a protein shake. It was like a meal. I was buying 30 meals in one bag. And not only that, but like I stopped taking my multivitamin, which I was spending a lot of money on. I cut out my Diet Cokes. I don't have to take cholesterol medicine because my cholesterol is so good, which I have high cholesterol naturally. You know, so this shake that I thought was super crazy at $4 a day actually really makes sense. And we just budget it into our meal plan. All right. Or our grocery budget. And so like I like to use a post to talk about those things. And I may not say all of those things in one post, but I will say, you know, like I was just stubborn for a really long time, and I refused to make my health a priority, and I refused to invest in my health. But what I found is that when I did that, like I feel so good. Like I don't have to take this medicine for my PMDD or for my cholesterol or whatever else. I don't go through the drive-through every morning getting a chicken biscuit and a Diet Coke, which cost me like $6 or $7. You know, like what I found is that this works. And, you know, I probably saved more money than I was spending before. And so like if you're getting objections, it's okay to talk about that. Like I don't call people out. I don't say people's names or anything, but I handle objections in my posts. And that will help you too as you head into other conversations later on down the road. So if you get an objection, like one of my coaches today was saying that people were saying they didn't do at-home workouts. I was like, make a post about it, like talk about it. I said, share a testimony from your challengers, or talk about why you work out at home. And I was like, you got a hot body, girl. You're obviously, they work for you, you know? And so like, talk about, if you get an objection, work it into your post. And that helps you kind of like stave off future objections, or, you know, it helps people if they do get into a conversation with you, kind of know what you're about. And it just makes things flow smoother. And it can also like start conversations too. But posting takes time. Posting is just practice. Like I will tell you, like you just have to practice it just like anything else. And you become more confident and you become more comfortable doing it. And so it really kind of becomes fun. You also, I think we have talked in this training about your challenge group posts, like talking about challenge groups. Again, that should just be your story. I don't ever post about a challenge group without telling my story. And my story is that I was not severely overweight. I was a little bit overweight, but I was tired. I was cranky. I was very uncomfortable with myself, with my husband. I was just tired and cranky. And I was not taking care of myself. And so like, I finally came to a point where like, I knew that although I had tried like all these other diets, I had done just about everything, that I had to do something that was going to last and that was going to be healthy and that was not going to break my body down. All right. So that's my story. And I put that into a post and I say, and now what I found is that I can help other women do the same. And this month, I'm starting a challenge group on October 23rd. I probably wouldn't even say challenge group because a lot of people don't know what that is. I would say like a faith and fitness boot camp. And I am looking for 5 women who are tired of being tired and cranky, and they want to work out for 30 minutes a day, learn how to meal plan, learn how to fuel their bodies with good food, want the accountability and the support that comes from other women who are doing the same thing or have the same goals. And, you know, that's my challenge group ad. And I give a call to action. I say we start October 23rd. There are 5 spots. If you want to join us, let me know by commenting below or sending me a message or whatever it is. But your challenge group ad should just be you. It can be a picture of your family. It can be a picture of you working out. It can be a picture of you like standing around with your shake. It doesn't matter. But just so long as the picture is of you and that you are, you know, showing your life. And so I think that that's really important. It can be a transformation photo if you want it to be that. But there are, you know, I guess we have talked to you guys a little bit about photo apps. I use Canva a lot to make pictures, but when I'm just making pictures on my phone, I like to use Snapseed. It's one that I use for my photos a lot. Have you guys seen that one? I don't think I can actually plug my phone in. Let me see if I don't have my charger. I was going to plug my phone in and share my screen, but I'm going to make a video for you guys later. But I will just I will edit my picture on Snapseed a lot. Like, so this is one that I did this morning. It's just a picture of me. Like my shirt says Mom Hustle. I'm actually drinking my Shakeology. Let me find another one. I'm going to find one that I did for my challenge group. Let's see. If you guys have any questions while I'm doing this, you can unmute yourself. Let's show you my photo from last night. So like this was my Transformation Tuesday photo. I'm sorry, I can share my screen. What am I doing? Sorry, hold on, let me share my screen. And I can show you some of my photos so you guys have an idea. Let's see. All right. Oh wait, well, first of all, let me show you this. Can you guys see that, or is that bar in the way, or can only I see that? So this is my personal page. All right. So this photo is very clearly of me, and even this one up top that says that I've moved, it is still of me. This is my like page. I'm not going to get into like page versus personal page, but you see there's my family. There's a kind of a transformation of me and then a picture of me as well. And so that's what I meant by when somebody comes to your page, they should see you. If somebody comes to your page and they scroll down a couple of times and they don't know that you're about health and fitness or that you're running challenge groups or anything like that, then you need to work on your posts, okay? And so here is one that I made last night. I just used, I think I used Photofy. Photofy is an app that I use to make collages, or if I do a side by side or something like that. So Photofy, Snapseed, WordSwag is an app that let me write this stuff down for you. Is one that I use to put words on photos. So Snapseed. Oops, that's not how. Photofy. I can't see this. Sorry. Photofy is for collages. WordSwag is one that I use to put words on photos, and those are, I do use InstaSquare because I like, if you go to my Instagram page, like I have this white square around all of my photos, and so I like to do that. But those are, and I'll show you guys some more. I'll show you some photos. So that was to see the square around my photo. I do that with InstaSquare. This was my team. Obviously, our original picture did not look like that, but I used Snapseed just to make it look brighter and to kind of make it pop. This is a friend of mine. Let's see. This was my workout photo. Again, like when I use Snapseed, I kind of use the same filter so that when people see my photo that they know it's me, and it's kind of a brand thing for me. But a lot of times I don't put words on my photos for like just my regular selfies anymore, because like I want to just take a photo of me and then let my post be the message. But this is just, I'm just showing you guys some examples. That was at the beach. This was us praying at our retreat this last weekend. That was me. It's me blowing out my candles. So you see, like, these are just pictures of me, and the retreat was kind of a different kind of example. But these are all just like pictures that I took with my phone and edited on my apps. So those are my posts. Do you guys have any questions about posts before I talk about inviting? Do you have anything to ask or about apps or anything like that?
Hey, Rachel, it's Lisa. I got a quick question. So you said you weren't going to dip into it, but you said that you moved on your page. So I think that, like, with my post, I always get confused. Do I post them to my like page and then to my personal page? Or I just rather have one page and make it like super simple. I'm thinking that's why you probably said I moved, and then maybe your family follows you there or whatever. So what was your motive for the I moved? Is it because of that?
Okay, so I started a like page like when I hit Diamond, which was like 5 or 6 months into coaching. But when you start a like page, you really just start from scratch. Like, it's a lot of work. Nobody sees your posts. You have to invite people to like it. Or you sponsor your page, and that's a whole nother learning curve. And so like I just use my personal page mostly for the first, like, honestly, 2.5 years, maybe. Even just now I'm starting to use my like page, and I do still cross post. Like, I'll post my morning workout selfie on both pages, because I obviously want people, if they're watching me on my personal page, to know them about health and fitness. But the bulk of what I post is over, like, especially the value, the recipes, the things like that are on my like page. And now I've grown it enough very, very slowly that I'm starting to see the benefits of like finding people who are not my personal friends. All right. And so like my advice is always like, just stick with your personal page until you're hitting Success Club regularly, until you're comfortable with running your challenge groups, because using your like page, to me, adds something else that you have to learn about. And it would have been too overwhelming for me as a new coach to try to do all that. But some people just start from day one with their like page, and that's totally okay. It just takes a little bit more work.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So photos, posting, inviting. So are you guys inviting? Is it scary? Yeah. It still makes me nervous to invite somebody, I'll be honest. Because there's all this fear of like, are they going to just think I'm trying to sell something? Are they saying I think they're fat? You know, like what are people going to think about me, basically? But you have to remember, like, if you go to a restaurant that's amazing, right? Like, the food is awesome, the service is awesome, and you what do? You like start telling people about it, don't you? Like you go and you post about it on social media, or you recommend them on Facebook with that little recommend thing, or you text your girlfriend or somebody and say, hey, next time y'all go on a date, you have to go to this restaurant. And you say why, okay? And so it's the same thing with inviting people to our challenge group. So we're talking about these workouts, we're talking about our meal planning, we're talking about how our life has changed. And so like if you're talking and talking and talking, but you never invite somebody, then that's just kind of harsh, right? And I have a friend who uses the analogy, if you post about like you're having this amazing party for your kid, like you're bringing in a zoo and a train and all this stuff, but you never invite somebody to the party, then you have not really done anything, right? And so it's kind of the same way. And so like when you sit down to invite people, let me just give you some tips. Like what I do personally is that I really stop and I think, okay, Rachel, why are you doing this? Like, why do you love Shakeology? Do you love the meal plans? How has your life changed? And I kind of make a mental list in my head of just reasons that I believe in this. Like I pump myself up, basically. I pump myself up in a big way. And I'm just like, okay, God, let me connect with the people that you want me to connect with. But I just make a list of all the things that I love about this. And I remember one time when we were struggling, when my kind of like new coach group was struggling with inviting, and Melanie said, okay, if I came to your house and I took your DVD, then we had DVDs. If I took your DVD away, if I took your Shakeology away, if I took you out of our challenge group, like what would your life look like? And that is what I think about when I'm inviting to challenge groups or to coaching. Like, I love this. This worked for me. It was something that I could do long term. It's a healthy way to get healthy. It's sustainable. Like I sit down and I make a list and kind of just pump myself up in my head before I invite somebody, because you're going to get people that say no. You're going to get people that say, I don't want to do that. Or you're going to get people that say that's too expensive. And you kind of have to steel up your brain a little bit to prepare you for that, because it's going to happen. And you just have to know why you're doing this, honestly. And so inviting can be a mental battle, but it's something that you just have to practice. And so you invite through your posts. I don't do like a full-on challenge group ad every single day. I do like twice a week. But, I might throw in like my workout selfie. Hey, if you want to try the same workouts that I'm doing, let me know. I can get you hooked up. Or, my challenge group's almost full. If I've got one spot left, if anybody wants to join us, I might throw that in there. But you've got to be inviting one-on-one. And the places that I would start as a brand new coach, or even now, I still do this. Look at who, obviously you should probably have already gotten out that memory jogger. There's a memory jogger in the Coach Online office. There's probably one in this group somewhere. And you just make a list of like 50 to 100 people that you could invite to a challenge group, and you start to invite them. People that obviously, not like strangers, but family, friends, people you go to church with, people that you see at the grocery store all the time, and just say something like, hey, I have really found something that works for me in my health and fitness, something that, again, like I said, is sustainable, that I enjoy, that I can do from home while my kids sleep. And I am actually running an accountability group with my coach, and I'm looking for a couple women who just have some health and fitness goals, who want to work out from home, who want to learn how to eat clean and encourage their families to do the same. Would you be interested in doing this with me? And that's not like creepy. That's not salesy. That's not like, I wouldn't be offended by that in any way. And so I start there with your memory jogger with that list. And then you'll start to see as you're posting, because you should be posting, that certain people like your photos. Certain people start to comment on your photos. And again, if you're posting and you're adding value, you're going to have people that come back to your page. All right. And at the same time, you have a lot of people who are following you that you will never know are following you. I'm always amazed at the people that reach out to me or tell me that I've been following you for 3 years, but they've never liked a single post. So don't base your success or failure on the number of people that like your posts. But it's a good place to start. So if you posted your coach announcement, if you're posting that sweaty selfie every day and you've got people consistently liking your posts, then that, like, most likely they are your next challengers, honestly. And so something that I would send to someone is, that is consistently following me and liking my posts is, hey, Susie, thank you so much. I noticed you have been sharing the love on my posts, and I really appreciate it. It's kind of intimidating to share my story in this way, but I really want to inspire some people, and I appreciate your support. Do you have any health and fitness goals for yourself? Boom, that's it. Like, that's how I would connect with someone. It's not a, hey, join my challenge group, you need Shakeology in a workout program. It's the start of a conversation. And I think that is really important in building trust and building relationships, which is what we do as coaches, all right? So inviting people, starting there with your memory jogger, start conversations. That's another thing I do every single day in my power hour is I send those hey girl messages. So people that I have added as friends or people that I'm already friends with, I want to build a relationship with them before I just straight up invite them to a challenge group, because that's just important to me. That's just the way I want to run my business. And so I send hey girl messages every single day to people, and I might say, hey, Lindsay, I saw you cooking something the other night. What kind of pan was that you were using? Or I saw your family photos. Like, who took your pictures? Or your Easter pics were so cute. Where did you get those pants or that dress? And so I send messages like that every single day. And what I'm doing is I'm creating this funnel. I'm adding friends, I'm connecting with people, I'm sending hey girl messages, and I'm creating this funnel of people that I have to invite to my next challenge group, okay? And so I'm tracking that too. I'm writing it down, because if I'm just connecting and stuff and I don't write it down, then I don't know who to go back to and to invite to my challenge group. Hold on just a second, okay? Yes, ma'am. Hey. Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Okay. He's a mess. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Uh-huh. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. 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 He can't handle his classes. He can. He'll drop out. But yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. He's got 4 classes. He only needs one more. He can't handle his classes. Yeah. I mean, I would suggest not, but does he have financial aid? If he has financial aid, he needs 15 hours. He will. He can't pass class. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I wouldn't put him in one of those. No. Mm-mm. He's not going to do the work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's already in a micro, it looks like. No, it's a 60. Mm-mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 He does that a lot. Yeah. I would just leave it like it is, honestly. Yeah. Sure. Thanks. Hey, can I call you right back? Or is that like, I've got somebody else on the line? Okay. 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 All right. I'll call you back. Bye. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have answered that. But okay, where was I? What was I talking about? Inviting. Y'all are so patient. Thank you for being patient with me. Okay, so we're inviting. We are talking to people. We are saying, hey, thanks for the love on my post. Thanks for following me. Whatever it might be, you've got your tracker out. You've got your memory jogger out, and you're starting to invite. Like, you should be sending 2 to 3. If you want to do more, if you've got the time, send 5, 10 invites a day. But I know for me personally, I started with like 2 or 3 invites a day. And so if you're inviting people, you're going to have people that say no. So expect that. Don't be defeated when people say no, because they're going to. The kind of average rule is that like 1 out of every 10 people is going to sign up with a challenge pack. So if you want to hit Success Club, which is signing at least 3 people up every single month with Shakeology or challenge pack, then you need to have 3 new people every month sign up. So if you need 3 people, you need to be inviting no less than 30 people. All right. And so my goal personally is always to knock Success Club out of the way early. And so like at the beginning of the month, I'm inviting, I'm following up, I'm doing all that stuff, and I'm getting people enrolled into my challenge groups. And so if you're inviting, the other thing is that you have to follow up. I don't care if you get dead silence. I don't care if people are like, how much, and you're like, I don't know what to say. But you got to follow up, because you have these conversations with people. They get busy, or you send them a message and they never respond. Like, people are busy. Think about your life. And like before you became a coach, or before I became a coach, I wasn't on my phone all the time checking my messages. But people are just doing life, and it's not that people are offended by you, or that people don't want to join your challenge groups, or that they don't want to do something. It's just that they're doing life over there. Okay. And so when you start to invite, when you're having your conversations with people, my number 1 tip is don't word vomit. Like, don't tell them your whole life story, or don't explain the whole challenge group in the first paragraph when they say, yeah, tell me more. Like, you want to build that relationship slowly. You want to help them really establish their goals and figure out why they want to be healthy and fit. So if somebody tells me that, hey, yes, I would like to learn more. Okay. So I'm not going to just jump in to explain the challenge group. I'm going to say, okay, great. That's awesome. So what are your goals for your health? Like, what do you hope to achieve? What are you struggling with? Those are 3 questions that I might ask. If they say, like, I need to lose 20 pounds, and I just kind of eat junk food all day. I'm like, okay, so are you working out at all? Or have you done any type of workouts in the past that have worked for you? And I wait and I let them respond. It's a conversation. You have to think about it just like if you were sitting in front of me face to face and we were having a conversation. You were asking me questions and you were waiting for me to answer. All right. And so, and every communication with a question, so that they have to respond back. Okay. And so like, once I kind of help them establish, they're like, I have just got to get off of this cholesterol medicine, or, like, I can't even play with my kids. Like, I just sleep all the time. I feel depressed. You're helping them connect with why they want to get healthy and fit. And so when you do that, you have a greater chance of them committing and joining and doing it and making those goals happen. Okay. And so once you do all that, you ask them some questions. And then I like to explain the challenge group. And it's just simply like, I took the one that Melanie gave me in my coach training and I made it my own. And I just said, okay, this is a 30-day group. We are going to hold each other accountable. We're going to work out from a workout program that I'll help you select, that you can do from home. We're going to meal plan. I'm going to teach you some of the tips and tricks that I have used for eating out, for emotional eating, for, how to navigate the holidays. I'm going to share some recipes with you. We're going to check in every day for accountability. And for me personally, like, we have devotions in our challenge groups, and it's just wonderful. And the next challenge group starts October 23rd. I've got 3 spots. Does that sound like something that you would want to do? And typically by that point, most people are like, yeah, sign me up. Some people may not be, or some people may say, yes, but how much? And then I tell them, I'm like, okay, so the supplies that you need are I took that word from Lindsay Woods, who's on this call. Supplies that you need are your workout program, which you can do from home. You can stream it online, and your superfoods, your Shakeology, and that comes in a challenge pack. You actually get a year membership to Beachbody on Demand, plus some portion control containers that I'll help you use to meal plan, and a meal planning resources, as well as a 30-day supply of Shakeology. That is a meal replacement, so you're buying 30 meals all at one time, and all of that comes in this challenge pack together for $160, okay? And so you see how I kind of explained some of the objections that I figured people were going to have. You get a year membership. You're not signing up for 1 month's access to Beachbody On Demand. You're getting a whole year. You know, and you're getting it for basically $30 more than Shakeology costs. You're getting containers, portion containers that we're going to meal plan with, that hopefully they've seen me use. You're getting a month's supply of food. Like, it's food. I want people to understand that it's not just a protein shake. It's not just like some vitamins. Like, it's a meal. When you buy this, you are buying 30 meals at one time. So yeah, like if I went to the grocery store and bought a month's worth of breakfast, like oatmeal, fruit, you know, whatever, juice, milk, whatever that might be, eggs, protein, like it's probably going to come out to like at least $3 a day. You know, and so you're getting all this at one time for $160. Okay. And so I've kind of anticipated some objections that I might have. And at that point, some people do still say, well, I don't really know if I can afford that, or, you know, I just don't know if I want to work out at home. And then, you know, we're going to talk more about handling objections. But that is basically my invite and my conversation process. Does that help you guys at all? Do you have questions like about how to close the sale, or about following up, or things like that? Or tell me, like, what are some problems, like some objections, or just things you're running into with your conversations? Anybody? Hmm?
Hi.
Okay, go, Carrie.
I guess I have one. So I was having a conversation with somebody, and in her first reply back, I just invited her to my group.
Mm-hmm.
And in her first reply back, she's like, I'm interested. What is it that you're doing?
Yeah.
And so I responded with, you know, I run an accountability group, and I'll help you with nutrition and guidance and motivation, you know, that whole spiel.
Yeah.
And then she came back with, okay, what is it that you're doing? And so I'm trying to like work around I'm doing Beachbody without
Right.
throwing it out there, because I don't want to like her to be like, oh, I've heard of it before, I don't want to do it. So
Yeah.
how do I kind of work around that?
So you've already explained to her that you're working out at home and that you're doing all this stuff, but she wants to know like what specifically you're doing. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think that's okay. It's not anything bad. And I understand the word beach body is kind of off-putting. But I just usually say something like, have you ever heard of like the 21 Day Fix or P90X or anything like that? Because almost everybody has.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, you know, those are actually Beachbody programs. It's a company that makes all these programs. And I'm just doing those programs. Like, I'm streaming them from my computer at home. And like, as I kind of like finish one, I get to move on to another. And I've just been able to slowly build on my health and fitness for me for the last 3 years. For you, it may be like the last month or two. I don't know. But I wouldn't, like, in the conversation, I wouldn't shy away from the word Beachbody. When I say that, like, don't use the word Beachbody or Shakeology or whatever a lot. I'm talking about like in your public posts, because like that does kind of deter people. They just see sales, you know. But we obviously do, like, we believe in what we're doing, and we believe in the programs. And so, like, if somebody says, what is it? Then I'm like, oh, it's Beachbody programs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, almost everybody has heard of P90X. You know, I had heard of P90X, but I didn't know what Beachbody was when I started. You know, I ordered 21 Day Fix from Beachbody's website, but I didn't have a coach. And I still didn't really know that it was like with Beachbody. Obviously, I didn't pay that much attention. Anybody else? Make sure that you are tracking. Use the business activity tracker. Use your calendar. Use a notebook pad. It doesn't matter. But you have to be writing down like who you're talking to. If you add friends, write their name down. If you invite people, write their name down so you know to follow up within a day or two. If you send a hey girl message to somebody, write their name down so that you know that later on you want to invite them to your challenge group. Tracking is so important. You know, I started out just using a calendar. I used the activity tracker a little bit, but I found it easier just to write it down in my calendar for each day. But that's you establish that habit, that behavior now, because it'll pay off big time. The last thing, are you guys reading The Compound Effect or some book? Yeah. Don't skip that part. Like, do not skip that part. Even if it's just like 5 or 10 minutes before you go to bed or when you wake up or while you're waiting in car line, don't skip The Compound Effect. That's going to like be like the maker or the breaker of whether or not you stick with this, because it just makes sense. It applies. And like, I'm not a business person by any means, but I have learned to be through books like that, and just learn to be consistent and to make those habits pay off. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. I appreciate your time. I hope you guys have a good day, and just make sure you're in the university and asking questions. And I wish you guys the best of luck. Okay. Bye. You're welcome. You're welcome.